Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. This is Dan here with Cass. The Buckeyes, they did it. They shocked the world apparently because they were massive underdogs according to all of the SEC. They upset Texas 14-7. I don't think it's an upset. I think we all saw this coming. If you've been paying attention to our show, if you're a Buckeye fan, I think we all knew this was coming. Paul Feinbaum is in shambles right now. We're gonna try to call into his show in the next hour. But Cass, bro, what were your initial reactions to the dominant win over Texas? Because Ohio State, they didn't trail once. Just want to point that out.
Defense was awesome, man. And like the defense was as advertised, if not better than advertised, in my opinion. Um, everybody played great on defense. It was just a great all around performance on defense. I don't think there was one minor hiccup I thought or saw at all on defense. Like when we get through our give our Buckeye Leafs out later on down the road, I don't know who to give it to because
So,
everybody made plays on defense. Arvell Reese stood out to me a lot. Just the way he was able to disguise himself in blitzes and all sorts of things. And the D line, I there's no if people say there's a problem with the defensive line, there is no problem with the defensive line.
no.
Um, I think every single player played really well. Edric Houston was a menace. Bo Atkinson, I thought looked pretty good too. I love the fact that they were disguising some fronts and moved Caden Curry inside with Bo Atkinson, and I hope Kenyatta Jackson gets better.
It's not a long-term thing according to Ryan Day, but
Yeah, it doesn't seem
he
like a long time. He's not going to play. He should not play this week. I'm sorry.
or next week. I mean, honestly, he has this was the big one. He has 3 weeks to heal up for Washington. We got a
Yeah,
bye two in there. Um, but Arvell Reese, like you said, Cass, um, Tony Girdman posted this on Twitter. It's here's where Ohio State middle linebacker Arvell Reese lined up on each of the snaps in the first quarter. The picture does a better way, like it's more of a visual, but when you look at it, he literally lines up everywhere. Left side, strong side, weak side, middle, A gap, B gap. He was lining up everywhere. I mean, Arvell Reese, dude, he might be our most important player right now. The way he played.
yeah. I mean, he played fantastic. I mean, even Sonny Styles played fantastic.
Mhm.
Like
Wish he
again,
had that pick.
it's hard to pinpoint a particular player on who played well. Jermaine Matthews played well. Davis and Igmanosin moving to the short side of the field was brilliant. All three safeties, obviously, we know about Caleb Downs, but Malik Harford and McLean. McLean was
Hartford didn't even
everywhere.
play. Hartford didn't even play a snap, which is crazy.
Oh, he didn't.
No, he didn't play a snap. It was all McLean, dude. It was,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, Downs didn't have his like
I think I was meaning Lorenzo
Lorenzo.
Styles.
Yeah, Lorenzo's like the Hancock right now. Downs didn't have like he didn't blow me away with like a play, but he was getting everyone lined up. He made the critical game-winning play on fourth down, tackling, the Texas receiver before he could get that first down. I thought Caleb played pretty well as usual. But I mean, his leadership's just so important. Let's see who else. Um, I thought Caden McDonald, man. I thought in the first drive, I was a little worried. They were kind of getting when they got the 4th and 1. I was like, oh, they're getting maybe getting a push. No, defensive line kind of locked in. It just took him a second, I think, to get like into the game flow. Caden McDonald, man, he was everywhere. He was getting into the backfield. He was hustling downfield. There was a play where Arch Manning he went out. I believe he ran left, like he escaped the pocket and ran left. Caden McDonald ran 10, 15 yards down the field and made the tackle.
Yeah, Caden McDonald had 8 tackles on the day. Jalen McLean had 8. Arvell Reese 9. Davison Igmanosin 10. That tells you right there they picked on him a lot.
Igbinosun, that one drive where Ohio State, best goal line defense I've ever seen. Can we just say this? Like the past year and this game, this is the best goal line defense I've ever seen in the sport of football. I don't think that's crazy to say. I've never seen a team that's so good at it. Um, Igbinosun's the reason why though. Like they were able to get to the fourth down and goal because he made I think three or four just big tackles on that drive. And just like the one thing about Ohio State, which I was concerned with, was what would they still be a physical team with losing all the talent? Like they lost Lathan Ransom, Jack Sawyer, JTT, all these physical guys, and Ohio State just flat out hit Texas. I mean
Yeah,
they were still more physical. It's not. I'm not even worried about it.
punched them in the mouth on defense right away. Offensively, I just think they Ryan Day and Hartline held everybody back.
Yeah,
Obviously, obviously two uncharacteristic drops uh, um, by Jeremiah Smith, which one of them he had the cavalry in front of him and green grass in front of him, which would have been a touchdown. Um, Max Clare with a drop, Brandon Ennis with a drop. Carnell Tate had a beautiful game. He had two catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. But Jeremiah Smith set 6 catches, 43 yards for 7.5 average, 7 yards catch.
got hell of a
Not
lot.
terrible,
Got
not
hell of a
terrible.
lot.
But I mean, I just think they held him back. I think, and people are saying Ohio State can't run the ball. Ohio State can't run the ball. I get it for a team. They 2.3 yards average for a carry, but you got to think we had three kneels that for negative 12 yards to end the game. But CJ Donaldson averaged 3.5 yards a carry. Okay. Granted, I'm a junior high coach, I'm an offensive line coach. I always tell my offensive line if we can give our running backs 3 to 4 yards a carry, we're on schedule. So technically, if you look at CJ Donaldson's stats, 19 carries for 67 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. He's on schedule.
He is. For
He's on
me,
schedule.
For me, it was the lack of explosion from the backs, which concerned me. We had our longest run of the day was 8 yards by CJ Donaldson. I'm not I'm not concerned long term because the front of Texas is just insane, and
It's,
I gotta give them their flowers, but I gotta say the offensive line, man, dominant.
offensive line's good.
I thought I mean, if you go back and watch some of the clips of our interior guys just driving this Texas front back, like the one guy was on skates. There's a play, Austin Seyerfeld destroyed a guy, like just took his head off. I don't remember the play, but like we saw it up in C deck, and we're like, wow. Um, I knew. I knew when we were at the handshake line to meet to slap all the players' hands when it was, I believe it was Hinsman. Hinsman gave me like the biggest, like the most energetic, like dap on the hand. That's when I knew the offensive line was ready. Like the offensive line came fired up, motivated. Those guys won the game today, I think.
Anthony Hill's stat. You want to know what Anthony Hill's stat line is?
Was it a trillion?
Anthony's Hill, the guy who say can't wait to sack
Oh, that's
uh,
Colin Simmons, I thought.
Colin Simmons. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Anthony Hill actually had six tackles,
Back.
which for an All American linebacker, I expected more. Um, but Colin Simmons, guy who talks a lot of trash, 2 total tackles, 1 solo.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, this is where also you got to credit the offensive line. Julian Sayin did not get touched.
No, he did not at all.
I think I saw one play where he got hit after the throw, and it was the throw he delivered an absolute dime to Brandon Innes and over the shoulder, and he dropped it. But and it was immediate pressure, and Sayin just triggered and
Well,
basically put
the
it in the hole, and Innes got to catch that. But Sayin was just perfect too. I thought. I mean, we go back. You look at all the his throws, dude. Um, he had 70% completion percentage on the day, and like he had like four drops. I think he had one throw that really wasn't a drop, and that was the one where he threw it to I think it was Bennett Christian who just wasn't looking. Um, all
Yeah.
his reads were correct. All I mean, his worst ball of the day was the touchdown to Carnell Tate, which is the funny part, I think.
The
Like
uh,
that
the
was a little
fact that
underthrown.
Ryan Day admitted that they held him back.
Mhm.
They held him back. So like the sky's the limit, man. The sky's the limit for this football team. I know it's just week one, but I'm going to ask you this question, Dan.
Yo,
Buckeye fans deserve the next 2 weeks. No fan base in the country deserve the next 2 weeks with playing Grambling State and Ohio. And here's why. Since November 1st of last year, I'm just throwing that out there.
okay.
Ohio State has played Indiana, Michigan, they've played Tennessee, they played Texas, they played
No.
Oregon, they played Notre Dame, and they played Texas. That
Only
is
one
not
loss in
good.
that time, too.
That is, I mean, I know we had 200 and some odd days in between all that, but that is not good on that body, the health of a human being that is a diehard fan.
I have to check
And
my heart rate now.
the coaches deserve this because yes, you still got to prepare for Ohio and Grambling State, but and in a bye week. But now you get 3 get right games before you head to Washington. Who
Yeah,
in reality, Washington didn't look all that tough either.
yeah. Um, I'm just I'm just so happy, man. I'm just happy. It's funny. Ohio State wins. They threat like it's a dominant win over Texas. I have not gotten one tweet from a Michigan fan since Saturday after that performance. I just want to point that out. It was just I think Ohio State too. It's funny that all like the metrics are coming out like the ESPN FPI, which is like not even it's like the one of the least accurate predictors too out of all like the metric systems. So who cares what the FPI it still has like Texas won and stuff, and it's like I said, only Ohio State could win,
Well,
dominate,
right now,
not go to one. So it's we'll see what
according
happens
to
when the polls
according
come
to
out.
Get Up, LSU going to Clemson was a better than win than Ohio State beating the number one team in the country at home. According to Heather Dittich, that's why she's voting LSU number one.
That's ridiculous.
Now, Texas lost. SEC, they're in shambles, man. They're in
Yep.
shambles. They're relying on Brian Kelly and LSU to bring it home for them because this ain't coming from Bama. Bama got waxed off the foot at the field in Tallahassee, like by a 2-10 team. South Carolina, yeah, they won and pulled away in the fourth quarter yesterday, but they didn't look good.
Georgia
Tennessee,
I was gonna say Georgia beat a Marshall team 45-7, but
where they had 30 some guys transfer out of their program.
like there hasn't been that much turnover at Marshall since the the,
Florida,
the tragic plane accident. Like
is it
I'm seeing
crazy to me to think Florida and LSU is what ESPN is hanging on to by a thread? Because,
yeah, yeah.
yes, I think Arch Manning will get better. He will get better. But Texas still has to go. He's got to go on the road to play Florida, who will probably be undefeated when they play there. He has to also play in the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma, against another brilliant defensive mind coach. Like my brother's like, I feel bad for the kid. I was like, well, I do too a little bit because one, your last name is Manning, and everybody's holding you to that standard, and everybody hyped you up as this guaranteed Heisman Trophy winner. But now you have to ESPN has to rely on And I'm not talking about the college game day folks. Those guys are separate from the other talking heads.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guys like Paul Feinbaum. They are hanging on by a thread and relying on LSU and Brian Kelly to bring it home for them.
So I have LSU going into the Final Four in my bracket. I think LSU is a pretty good football team,
I'm not saying
but
I'm not saying
they're not the level Ohio State is. They're not the level Ohio State is right now. Bama was just that Bama is they have fallen. They're 5-5 in their last 10
they
games. If
haven't
you look
done
at it.
anything since they beat us in the COVID year.
They are 5-5 in their last 10 games, Cass. They are officially
They're
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 fallen. They've
breaking
fallen.
TVs left and right. I mean,
They have fallen off Bama. Ty Simpson is not
now
the
we realize
caliber
why he's
quarterback that Bama like he's like a Greg McElroy caliber. He's not like a Jalen
but there's
Hurts
no
or
Julio
Tua.
Jones.
There's no Julio. If you look at the defense, there's guys jog into the ball and stuff. It's completely different. Like if you watched Ohio State versus Texas, the effort, even on Texas, it's everyone's rallying to the ball on defense. Like it's a full sprint. We have D tackles, linebackers, backside corners, full sprint in pursuit, taking great angles. You throw on the Alabama game, guys are jogging to the ball in the third, fourth quarter as they're down. No sense of urgency. It's completely. It's kind of flipped on its head. I mean, I'm not saying the SEC is dead this season because there's a lot of football to be played and it's week one and
Yeah, obviously.
we don't want to overreact.
But the way they're talking on ESPN right now,
But can they just give Ohio State their flowers? I mean, what more do we have to do? Honestly, like what more do we have to do? Then they can't tell us that Texas isn't that good. You guys crowned them number one. We should have been number one. We won the Natty. And we beat the number one team, and they're like, well, they're not the number one team. You guys just can't keep making up other team putting number teams at number one when we have done everything
it's like
possible.
it's like when you're in elementary school and a kid creates a game,
Yes,
but you beat them at that game, but they constantly continue to change the rules throughout the game.
but you still win. You still keep winning, and then
Yeah,
it's
and you still keep winning.
yeah.
That's
I'm not.
what it reminds me of.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm
It's
not
just
either.
ridiculous because under this new format too, you just gotta keep winning. I have no concern about this team right now.
No.
Um, I'd like the only thing is we would like the play calling to open up, but
Yeah, I think they held it back.
I did not mind the fact that Ohio State did complimentary football.
I really don't think we're going to see the full Ohio State offense until we play Washington.
I agree. It's this was just a this was just all about winning the game.
Yep.
It was hey, Julian, this is your first start. Don't mess up the game for us. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He distributed the ball quickly, effectively, on time. He got into the hands of the playmakers. And his play of the game, I think the play of the game was it was we were backed up in our own end zone. I
It
think
was
the
that
play
third
before,
down.
yeah, I think the play before, what right? We got called for the safety, but then luckily there was like a penalty on Texas and an offset and we're backed up. Moment it feels like momentum's changing. Julian
And the
takes a
only
snap.
going back to that, the only reason why Luke Montgomery held him was the fact that he had his helmet shoved up his face.
That is true. Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes. Um, Julian, though, I posted on Twitter. Julian basically takes a snap. Oh, I'm pulling it up. Takes a snap. Colin Simmons, the guy who is, was posting how bad he's going to hit him, immediately comes off the edge, untouched, as Julian's rolling out towards him. A lot of quarterbacks would have freaked out. Julian just displays his insane release and just arm talent and knows where the read is. And it's Carnell Tate coming back to the sideline on an out route. And he just uncorks it and leads him by like 7, 8 yards. And Carnell Tate does a fantastic job of coming back to the ball. I mean, that's what a you would expect a first round receiver to do. Comes, tracks the ball, back to the ball, and Julian, it's a perfect ball. It's for the first down. It's only in a spot where your guy can get it, and it's high level stuff when you watch it. You might think, oh, it was a panic throw. It was a dot. It was the one of the best throws I've ever seen from a quarterback starting their first game under that pressure. I mean, that's I get the CJ Stroud comparison right away. I'll say that.
Yeah. So I agree. I mean, I have no concerns with the offense. I think the receivers that was uncharacteristic for them. I think the offensive line looked great. I think the running backs will continue to get better. We'll probably see Bo Jackson this week. I was kind of surprised we didn't see him this week, but I, it's time to hand out some Buckeye Leafs, my friend.
It is. I mean, how many do we want to do this week is the question.
Well, here's the thing, though. Offensively, I've got a couple in mind, but defense, there's just so many that I'm just going to go ahead and give a one full Buckeye Leaf to the defense, and that's to Matt Patricia.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say entire defense.
Entire defense,
If you play,
Matt Patricia gets my Buckeye Leaf because he was able to disguise coverages and disguise blitzes and confuse Arch Manning all game long and allowed for all his playmakers to play very well.
what's nice about this defense is the players did not seem confused. The only player that seemed confused at times was Devin Sanchez because he's a freshman, and that's expected. That's in your first game, that's fine. Everyone else, all these multiple fronts, these looks, uh, no one seemed confused. And then you have Caleb Downs just being like, "Oh, if you're confused, I can answer the question. Go here, line up there." Caleb, you see the one video I sent you where Caleb Downs basically like bluffed that he was covering like the deep end
That was hard.
and pre-read, and Arch looked at him. He's like, okay, he's got back half or whatever, and then really Caleb Downs is covering the flat. It's just incredible high level stuff.
And then what in the disguise blitz that Arvell Reese did.
Oh yeah, the he dropped back. Arvell Reese like took a couple steps back, he was dropping
Yep.
back, and then just went right through the gap and got the sack. Insane.
Yeah. Offensively, I'm giving mine to Julian Sayin. Um, did what he had to do. Came in, looked good doing it. Probably would have had three more receptions if receivers didn't drop the ball, but came in, did what he had to do, and he looked good doing it. So Julian Sayin gets my Buckeye lead.
I'm giving this one. I mean, this one makes plenty sense. Carnell Tate, bro, just those two catch, and we forget Carnell Tate absolutely lit up. I believe it was Simmons on one play, blocking. His blocking was great on one play. They had him blocking. Texas's best edge rusher at one point, lit him up. Obviously, the touchdown catch is great. Bobbled it and caught it, came down with it, massive play, and then finally, I like the play I just highlighted before his out route back tracking back to the ball, really stepped up. Shout out Carnell Tate, fantastic job, man.
Yep. So three Buckeye Leafs this week. Defense slash Matt Patricia, Julian Sand, and Carnell Tate.
Specifically on the defense, though, can I highlight like a couple guys
Oh
who
yeah,
I want to highlight a couple guys because I just don't want to say defense and just kind of be lazy with it. Lorenzo Styles was fantastic. And I don't want that to get like everyone on defense is getting a Buckeye leaf, but Lorenzo Styles specifically, awesome day. Can you agree with that?
yeah.
I thought
Jermaine Matthews same way.
Jermaine Matthews, awesome. Iggy, fantastic.
Bo Atkinson,
Uh,
like
Honestly, Caden Curry. Can we talk
yeah,
about how
Caden
good
Curry.
Caden Curry is a war daddy? Caden Curry, and I was always high on Caden Curry because I was always hyping him up. Just he's our best DN. I know everyone loves Kenyatta, but like when if you watch the game, Caden was just he was just manhandling these guys, and he was in on a lot of tackles. I don't think he's like Caden had a couple plays where like he was like jumping on the guy at the end. I don't think he got credited for the sack, but he was right there with Arvell Reese on that sack.
Yeah, I mean, just so many to list. That's why we went with Matt Patricia and the defense. So
Yeah. But man, um, that's really all we got today. It's a quicker episode. It's a recap show. We don't have to go the full time. But we will be at the Woody this week. Cass and Blake will be at the Woody on Wednesday, and then
Well,
Cass
from here on out,
from here on out, we will be doing getting some interviews and stuff. So we're really excited about that. Um,
yes. So I would say not this Wednesday, but starting next week of the Ohio University Week,
yeah,
we will be doing our show from the Woody on the game preview show. The game, not the not the recap show what we're doing now, but the
no,
game preview shows will be
we'll be,
held at the Woody, and we're excited to be a part of that.
and we're gonna what I'm gonna do on Twitter to make the show a little more interactive. Um, for our previews, we're going to be taking questions. Um, but I'm going to call this the people's question. I'm going to ask you for your guys' questions you want us to ask on Tuesday, and we will personally take one or two of the top questions you guys send us, and we will ask Coach Day or whatever players there that question. So ask some questions if we will try to get them out to the players and coaches, and if not, we'll answer them on the show. So that's what we're going to do from now on. It's called the People's Question. I'm very excited to bring it to everyone. And just just we're really excited on where this show's going. It was awesome game day, man. Lee Corso, that was great. Give me my first love. Um, that was awesome. It was a perfect day Saturday. It's
It was, it was.
but yeah. Um
Yeah, so go to Forever Game Day, uh, promo code nuts.
it's nut. Promo code nut NUT forevergameday.com. If you want to get a lunatic fringe hat, they have some great shirts. They have also other colleges, like they have that team up north shirt if we have some Michigan fans listening. Um yeah.
Go on YouTube, like us, share us, subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to our podcast. Please give us the ratings we deserve. Even if you think we deserve a 1 star, we'll take it. We're not.
Please, please don't give us a 1 star. But like, could you give us five? I would appreciate it. But yeah, thank you all, everyone for listening to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. Go Bucks, and we will see you Wednesday night.